Hey friends, excuse me, I'm a little bit hoarse today. I caught a bit of a virus sometime in the last week, but I'm okay. I can still function as a normal human being, I assure you. So anyway, first of all, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. It's nice of you to join us. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button, that would be immense, and hit the like button, and don't forget to tick on my bell to keep abreast of all new content. And same for you guys, if you're coming back, first of all, thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, tickle the notification bell and leave me a comment down below. That will be amazing. Whether you disagree with something I've said, or whether you want more information on something, or whether you've got recommendations for me, please just let me know down below. That would be amazing. Some people have responded in recent weeks, and that's great because I like interacting with people, so that's absolutely brilliant. Before I go any further, I'm wearing a Ghost Tour t-shirt. I was lucky enough Saturday just gone to see the first night of the European tour for the Imperator tour by Ghost, and I gotta say, absolutely blew me away. First of all, it was great value for the money. You got two support bands, Twin Temple, which I'll be checking out a lot more of, and Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, which I'll also be checking out a lot more of. And then Ghost themselves absolutely pulled out all the stops. I was concerned as to whether they would be able to scale up the show to arena side, because previously I've only seen them in the little O2 Academy venues, like little theatre size venues. Moving up to the arena was absolutely effortless for them. They absolutely stormed it. So if you get a chance, I think you've just about shit the bed in that respect now they've gone. But next time they come back to these shows, or wherever you are in the world, if you get a chance, go and see them. You will be entertained. I guarantee it. Regardless of your musical tastes, I think you'll find the whole show just brilliant. They're like Kiss but with more talent. Oh well, Tobias Forge is like Kiss but with more talent. But there you go. Enough of that. We're here to talk about records. So let's talk about records. Again, going through my dad's record collection that he kindly, generously gave to me. And I've got some gems to go through today. We're going to start off with this. Bob Dylan, another side of Bob Dylan. This is an original 1964 mono CBS pressing. It was a bit of a controversial album, not as controversial as Dylan Goes Electric, but it was thematically different, I believe, to the rest of his albums, being sort of more poetic and less about sort of protest and stuff. And it was a little bit underwhelming as far as fans were concerned. They didn't really take to it like they had done previously, and some fans even sort of levelled the target sellout at him, but in terms of me, I'm not a massive Dylan fan. I'll be honest up front. Me and my dad went to see Dylan at the Hyde Park Festival many years ago, well, about 3. We really went for Neil Young, but Bob Dylan was like an added bonus, we thought at the time, but we left after a couple of songs because he was shit, to be fair. He just wasn't good. Yeah, sonically, it's decent enough pressing. It's just Dylan and a guitar, and the acoustic guitar sounds really nice. His voice sounds like Bob Dylan's voice does, and if you like that kind of thing, you'll probably love that. Personally, it's not one that I'm going to play a lot of, but I will try and revisit it and be open-minded, as they say. Next up, we have the rock machine that turns you on. So this is a 1968 compilation album. So this was released in 68 and it was reissued in 69 with a slightly different colour, I believe. One of the reissues had a yellow cover with little cutouts where those little TV screens are. So this was the first kind of bargain priced sampler. Again, this is on the CBS label, and it's got Bob Dylan, Moby Grape, Spirit. United States of America, The Zombies, The Peanut Butter Conspiracy, which is an absolutely phenomenal name, Leonard Cohen, Blood, Sweat and Tears featuring Al Cooper and Steve Katz, The Byrds, Simon and Garfunkel, Taj Mahal, Electric Flag with Mike Broomfield, Roy Harper, that's After Harper, Tim Rose and Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera. Brilliant. So, yeah, this was released in the UK, Europe, New Zealand, Australia and South Africa, and it did quite well. The packaging in 69, the reissue was a little bit more deluxe, but this is, it's got some great tracks on. I Won't Leave My Wooden Life for You, Sugar, United States of America, Fresh Garbage by Spirit is great. Turn on a Friend by the aforementioned Peanut Butter Conspiracy is brilliant. Sisters of Mercy by Cohen. Scarborough Fair and Canticle by Simon and Garfunkel is really good. Statesboro Blues, Taj Mahal, excuse me. Killing Floor, great. Nobody's Got Any Money in the Summer. Yeah, Come Away Melinda, Flames, My Days Are Numbered, Dolphin Smile, I'll Be Your Baby. There's some great tracks on this, and it sounds phenomenal. And I've said it, I said it in my last video about LPs, and I've said it in other videos. How did they, put this kind of thing together? Because now we can just do it all on a computer. Back then, they would have had to get all the tapes together, put them onto one tape, or would they have burnt each track, cut each track individually? I mean, how did they do it? So if you know, please let me know down below. But yeah, it's got a great little cover. The inner sleeve, The Sound of Entertainment, CBS, can be played on mono equipment on the back there. So it's got a couple of their other little releases all over there. It's got that great old classic CBS label in the middle there. And then, 99.9% of my dad's records, it is in absolute perfect condition and plays as if I bought it yesterday. So if you get, it won't go back in now. If you get chance to grab one of these, if you see one out and about, I think there's a volume 2 as well. I'm not sure actually, but if you get a chance, definitely have a look at that. Next up, now this is probably one of my dad's favourites, I'm guessing. So we've got Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs by Derek and the Dominoes. So this was released in 1972. Very warm critical response. Didn't do very well. In fact, my notes tell me it only charted in 2011 in the UK, despite having the epic Layla on it. I listened to this. I'm not a Clapton fan, but this is it is a great album. It is, and Layla sounds absolutely phenomenal. So it's a double album. It's on the Polydor label. Let's have a look. It's in this. It's gatefold. It's got a nice little hype sticker on the front saying featuring the track. And yeah, it's got a great list of players on here, including Dwayne Allman. It sounds really good. Layla it just sounds absolutely phenomenal, from the opening riff to when the guitar kicks in, the piano kicks in the second sort of half of the song, the more instrumental section. It is absolutely brilliant. And I remember, it kind of just, that track always takes me back to my childhood, because my dad played it a lot. And I remember once he was decorating the front room, and he actually just wrote in white paint Layla up on the wall. So if you're watching Dad, I actually remember you doing that. You might not remember you doing that, but I remember you doing that. So yeah, this is definitely a welcome addition to the collection. Again, you want to check it out, you can check it out on most of the streaming services. I'm pretty certain you could probably get it as a reissue. However, I would, recommend you try and get hold of an original copy. Next, moving quickly along, we've got quite an odd one. African Drums. And I can't really tell you much about this, except for the fact that it was released in 1970 on Boulevard Records, and that's it. So, Freedom, Freedom, the drums of Africa were beating this phrase all over the black continent. Traditionally, the Africans are rhythmic and musical. It's part of their ceremony. Above all, drums in Africa are a black man's code of communication that has defied and frequently defeated the white man. No kind of like provocative rhetoric, really. This wonderful album of African folk music portrays a selection of drum songs and sounds from numerous parts of tomorrow's continent. It's for everybody who loves or is intrigued by rhythm and its origins, and it is a really nice album. It's not quite what I expected. I just kind of expected like, you know, when you see old Tarzan films and then it cuts to the tribes people and they're just playing like loads of drums and dancing around a big fire. That's kind of what I expected. However, it's actual songs. I'm guessing that these are all folk songs. Oyin Momo, Ashiku, Wawalu, Oseye, Fire, Esambe Kerora, and on the B side, Ublada, Oyemama, Itopadi, Wings, and Gombe. Anybody thinks I'm pronouncing those right or wrong, let me know. This is one of those things where it sounds like they've just gone somewhere and put some mics up and recorded people playing stuff live, and it is a really nice sounding album. It's one of those things where you put it on and it's really well produced for what it is, and you know you're actually there. So this is another. Well, I don't know where you would get it from. It doesn't have much information on Discogs. I couldn't find much else out about it. I like to have a little bit of a tidbit about most stuff that I talk about, but it is a really nice album. It's one that, you know, I'll definitely be playing a lot more of. Okie dokie. Only 2 more to go. I'm sure you'll be really happy. So Joan Baez and her Come From the Shadows, which always reminds me of David Bowie. Come from the shadows. So yeah, it was her first album for a major label. It was released in 1972, and it's on the A&M label. There you can see. Again, like all my dad's records, most of my dad's records, it's in perfect condition, and it sounds brand new. Sleeves looking a little sort of yellow and a little worn. As you can see, there's a picture of the lady herself on the back there, and on the inside it's got all the lyrics to the songs. So yeah, it was the first major label release that she had, and as well as her own compositions, she does most notably cover Imagine by John Lennon, and it's quite nice. She's got a hell of a voice. It's really quite a haunting voice, and you know this is another great album. My dad's got, you know, he has got some absolute belters. This was another album that kind of blew me away a little bit when I started listening to it, and I played it more than once because I work from home. I literally work right there. I won't tell you what I do. But I work right there, and so everything's in here. So generally, I put music on and listen to music all day, which is great because I'm getting paid to do my work, obviously, which I do very diligently. But I get paid to listen to music too, which is really good. And the beauty of like working from home is you don't have to like cater to everyone's taste because there's only like me and the dogs here during the day. So it's fantastico. So on to the final one. So this is I can't remember what it was. I played something to my dad and he said, "Oh, have you listened to the Steve Miller LP? Have you heard the Thunderstorm on that? I bet that sounds really good on your system." And so I dug it out, and he's not wrong. So Steve Miller, Circle of Love. This was his 11th studio album, but his first album in 4 years. It was released in '81. It went gold in the UK, but it was overall a bit of a disappointment. But it's mainly because the previous 4 went platinum. But it's a really good album. Heart Like a Wheel, Get On Home, Baby Wanna Dance, Circle of Love. That's the first side, and They're all, you know, great tracks, really nicely produced. It's a really nice pressing. It's a really warm sounding record. It's right there. You know, you're in the room with everything. But the B-side is only one track, and it's called Macho City. Now, I think on the CD releases, they kind of edited it a little bit and put a few extra tracks on. They kind of cut the length of that track down. If I'm right, I could be wrong. So that's the original cover there. But yeah, there's at the end of the record, there's basically they stuck the mic out on a veranda somewhere when a storm has kicked off. And if you just sit there and listen to the whole track, you do get carried away. It's quite a weird track. I can't really describe it. And then this thunderstorm kicks in and the rain comes down, and it is just amazing. You are immersed in this rain. You can just, you know, you can almost smell the petrichor. Look that one up. As you hear the rain hitting what sounds like a patio or whatever, but it is brilliant. Again, Steve Miller. I only remember Steve Miller from my childhood for Abracadabra, which I'm sure everybody knows. Everybody watch it. And if you don't, then check it out on Amazon or Spotify or whatever your weapon of choice is. Excuse me in that respect. Bad indigestion. So that concludes today's lesson. Another 6 records, only another couple of hundred to get through. Thank you again, you know, for watching, for your patience, for coming back and listening to an old man waffle on about something that he loves. Special shout out again to Stevie G, who is always a voice of motivation outside of this. A lot of time and love for Stevie. So yeah, again, you know, if you've got anything, you know, you want to add, please add it down below. If you know anything about these records that I haven't mentioned, some little juicy tidbits, that would be great. And if you've got any recommendations for me for things to check out, that would also be great. I shall be dropping a couple more videos. I've got a few bits to share with you. I've got a 7-inch single one coming out, and then I've got a couple of new records to go through, like last week. And I've got a bit of a channel announcement as well, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, until next time, until we meet again, stay tuned, keep listening to records.